Yo, what is going on, guys? And today I'm gonna be making a short video explaining what actives to get on Loki and what kind of actives you should get on, different roles like jungle and mid and solo and ADC. Okay, so for the solo lane, we're gonna start off with the solo lane. The actives to get, or I'm sorry, they're called relics now, so I'm still gonna call them actives, so sorry about that. To get the active you should get in the beginning of the game in solo is typically teleport. However, I find out that teleport is not really a item you should get on Loki, even though yes, you are pushed back because you're fighting against a warrior and you're gonna be behind gold, low HP or something like that. You're gonna be outpushed, definitely. But here's the thing, later on in the game you're gonna be outpushing anyone else just by throwing your 2 out. So I don't think teleport's necessary. Also, later the game gets, the worse this teleporters for. The reason why you get teleport in the first place is just to teleport to your tower. And that's kind of useless if all your towers are gone and you can't teleport to your Phoenix. It's just not worth it. The another reason would you get this item is because of teleport to wards, which allows you to backdoor enemy Phoenixes and towers. Sure, that could be beneficial if you're going for that specific reason. However, I still think getting beads and Aegis is much more sustaining than getting a teleport. It's just not really worth it. You can get this, I just don't recommend it. What I do recommend for solo is getting beads or sprint or Aegis. These 3 items is what I usually get as solo lane. Beads just in case I'm fighting against a tier or something like that. Aegis if there's like a Fenrir or a Thor that's like gonna gank my lane. Sprint if for example, if I fight against a Sun Wukong who has a lot of slows, or I don't know, just generally slows. Sprint is really meant for running away. It's a really good item, and that's gonna be about it for the solo lane. Okay, so this is gonna be now the mid lane. We'll get on to the ADC and jungle later. This is going to be the mid lane, really. So, it's the same thing. You do not get teleport because that's kind of, again, useless. In mid, you have to get either beads or Aegis. I would not recommend sprint, but you can. The only reason why I would get sprint if you're fighting against a Giannis who can go through the map really quickly, and you need to catch up with Giannis. So sprint allows you to having that extra mobility to run up to your solo lane or ADC or duo lane to counter gank. Besides that, if you're against a Scylla, you should get Aegis. If you're fighting against Poseidon, you want to get beads or Aegis. Just generally beads and Aegis, guys. This is just the main relic items I get, and that's gonna be about it for mid. All right, so for ADC. ADC, you should definitely get Sprint. I always get Sprint for ADC. Reason being is because when you're at ADC Loki, you need to play supportive a little bit. So I always get Sprint because my, for example, Athena has to dash to the wave, throw her 3 down, and clear the wave for me because obviously everyone knows that Loki's wave clear is terrible early game. So usually my Athena, Geb, or something else gets usually in trouble. And they only have weakening curse, so they have shell or something like that, or blink, so they can't get away. So what I usually do is activate sprint, which allows my Geb or Athena or whatever to get out of there safely. I also get sprint to get out of hazard to myself as well, since the duo lane is the longest wave there is in Conquest. It's the longest wave, or lane, sorry. If I'm fighting against the enemy ADC on his tower and I kill him, I need something to get out with really fast because I would assume my ult, and everything is down. So what I do is I get sprints to get out really fast, which also makes me immune to slows and blah 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 blah. It's like a secondary 1 ability. It's just better because it's 40% instead of 35, and it lasts for 6 seconds. The other active you should get is either beads or sanctuary. I recommend beads because beads is just something you always need on most gods in this game. And now I'm going to go to jungle. See you there. Alright, so for jungle, this is very important, guys. Listen up. For jungle, you don't get beads, sanctuary, or sprint. Whenever I play jungle Loki, I actually get Hog. Where is that at? or Wrath. What's called right now. Many people be like, wait, what? Wrath, Hog? What are you talking about? That's silly. That's outrageous. That the item was like so season 1.5 ago. While I agree with that, it is, however, it still works on certain gods, such as it can work on Bakasura, but there's no point since he just got that buff on his 2, which he can eat like big guys right now. But it works on, for example, anyone who has a stun or initiation that can prevent the enemies from doing something for a split second or something like that. Loki has his 1, correct? Which allows him to not only steal Gold Fury, but also steal the Fire Giant. It also allows him, this is very important early game, because Loki Jungle Guys doesn't work. If you max your 3, you don't have the jungle clear. If you max your 2, you don't have the ganking potential, which is very detrimental to Loki. Unlike Bakasura, who doesn't even need to upgrade his 2, and just upgrade his 3 for his gank potential, and just use his 2, which is at level 1, to eat a minion camp instantly. It's like, the jungle Loki doesn't really work. However, I found out a way to make it work, and that is getting Wrath, because every time you go jungle Loki, or even jungle solo, if you go Loki jungle or Loki solo, you're most likely going to be invaded by the enemy team, which is, if they have a Thor, Fenrir, or Thanatos, Bellona, whatever, they're most likely going to invade you. If not, then they're pretty stupid. But if they do invade you, your Wrath can also secure the camp. So if they do come to you and try to take your buff, just make sure you know exactly when to press the F, E, or G key to take the blue buff and get out. Or give the blue buff to your soul laner because you are a jungler, which is really good. It also allows you to steal, because you know how you see a spider, such as Arachne or a Wheelix, just taking all your camps? Well, they can do that because they have the burst to do so. However, as Loki, you don't have that. So Wrath just allows you to secure objectives and steal objectives, and even secure your own buffs, and even steal the enemy's buffs, which is really really good. There's one thing I want to add. Whenever you go invisible, and you start seeing these exclamation marks above you, you will, that means you're basically visible. It's hard to show right here, but it basically shows you that you are visible. Actually, I've probably can show you right now, so hold up. Alright, so what is going on, guys? Right now, I'm going to be demonstrating how it works. I'll be going invisible, and see how the exclamation marks is? As you can tell, while he was attacking, as he was attacking the Gold Fury, when I went invisible, not only did the indicators above my head flash the 3 exclamation marks, it basically, he cannot see me, even though it says that I am visible. Because it doesn't say anywhere in the description what those 3 marks mean. So whenever we go into tower, for example, it says because I am visible now, because obviously the tower is shooting at me. The tower can see through invisibility. However, whenever someone's doing Gold Fury, you can literally, so here in a bit, I'm be showing you. So I'm going invisible. As you can tell, I have exclamation marks above me. They have no idea where I am, and I can steal it instantly. So that basically means that you can literally look at the ground, not even look at you can look at the map or whatever, and if you see those 3 exclamation marks above you, that means someone's doing a camp nearby. If it happens to be a Gold Fury, you can literally go invisible and hog it without anyone noticing. Okay, so here I'm going to be showing you if someone's doing a buff. As you can tell, my friend here is doing a buff. So for instance, if I was right over here and I go invisible, as you can tell, there's exclamation marks above me, which tells me that there is an enemy nearby. It is a really good tip for every jungle Loki out there, and just in general, it's just wonderful. You can literally go invisible, and let's see the distance of this thing. So right here, you can be able to tell that there is someone nearby, whether it is a boar or if it's a camp. Anything that has a creature in it, you can literally take and steal, which is really beneficial for all Loki players to know. Going invisible does not mean sorry, whenever you see those exclamation marks above your head does not mean that you are revealed unless there's a spider on you, a mark on you, or if you're in tower. However, if the Fire Giant or Gold Fury is attacking you, I'm pretty sure that they can see you. As long as you're not the one being attacked, you'll be perfectly fine. And to test this out about, what if a jungle camp was attacking me and I go invisible? I'm going to ask my friend here if he can see me. Can you see me if I attack this? Let's see what's his response. And there you have it. You can't. Okay, so scratch that. Even if you're attacked by Fire Giant or Gold Fury, if you press your one ability, you cannot be seen unless you are marked, have spiders on you, or you are in tower range. So that's very nice to know that. Now, obviously, they can see the damage ticks above you, but it's you guys know what I mean. What I'm trying to get here. Loki is perfectly invisible unless he is those things I just mentioned. So that is gonna be basically about it, guys. I basically explained what actives to get for jungle, solo, ADC, and mid. Obviously, support is not an option unless you love going Frostbound tank Loki, which doesn't really work. But if you do, go ahead. The last active you should get is always just beads or sanctuary. Remember, beads and sanctuary are your main items. So as always, bye to all Loki players out there, and I will see you all later.